Howdy Tamers, and welcome to another podcast for Digimon BeatBreak. This time we'll be covering Digimon BeatBreak Episode 5, Half and Half. I'm Kobias, and this time I'm just joined by Guz because Geo is unwell. Guz, how are you?
I'm looking forward to the pay increase now that Geo's gone. This is going to be fantastic. I'll get it, what, 33%? Hell yeah.
So you poisoned him.
Did I? Who knows?
You infected him.
Is that why you're asking? I have a lawyer. You'll have to speak to them.
Yes, of course. You cannot say you are saying no comment until you have a lawyer present. But so it is very hot today. So it is a pantsless podcast for me. So that's fun. Because
what the heck?
That was like half a joke.
I wasn't aware I was allowed to take mine off. What the heck?
But
I'm at work.
Yeah, true. True. It is 30. It was like 32 degrees today, which isn't like, boiling hot, but it's also going to be 15 degrees tomorrow. So, yay, Melbourne.
For the non-Celsius viewers, it is hot. I don't know what that translates into American freedom units for Fahrenheit or whatever, but like 30 degrees is like cool. If you go outside, you're getting sunburned, you're sweating everywhere, it's gross, people will snow you.
Yeah, and tomorrow it is half that temperature, so tomorrow it is cold.
Oh, yeah, no, it goes the opposite way. It's like, at 15, you can wear a jumper and a jacket outside. Like, it is. We're a country of extremes over here in the great big old logs.
Especially Melbourne in spring, which is just, temperamental.
There's Antarctic winds.
Yes. But in any case, quick housekeeping, and this isn't like important housekeeping or whatever, I just wanted to talk about this particular short story because I didn't mention it in the recording and I didn't realise it till like a few days later, but the vibes that I was going for describing about how it's a utopia, but it's got like, something shady going on. And I remembered a short story by Ursula Le Guin, which is The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, which is just like, if whoever's listening to this, all five of you, if you haven't read this, it's like I think it's like 6 pages. I think it's a short story, but it's very good.
Yeah. The late Ursula Le Guin was well ahead of her time.
She's amazing.
She's created some incredible stuff because this is me just being able to flex the literary degree that I have. But many, many, many moons ago, sci-fi was actually considered a dirty term for people's work. It wasn't something that was celebrated at all. It was like, that's just flavor of the month genre writing, right? Like kind of like your Twilights, your whatevers. And Ursula Le Guin was just like, nah, bro, this slaps. Let's go. And she just went hard into it, and she's created some absolutely fantastic works. But I just wanted to second that one for you. Not that I've read that sort of story there.
Yeah, like I love Wizard of Earthsea. I think it's a great story. And especially the part where, like, when Harry Potter was becoming popular, like, she was asked about it, like, how do you feel about it? Because it feels like a rip-off. And she's like, I do not know what that is. Sounds generic, but hey, if kids are reading, that's a good thing. And, like, just such a great response. Like, I'm paraphrasing a bit, obviously.
Harry Potter is basically just Star Wars, but with wizards.
Yeah. It's like, it's the age-old story of the chosen one.
Yeah.
But,
this episode was actually about Toma instead of Kyo, which we all got wrong.
Yeah. But, so a quick synopsis before we jump in. So, Tomoro and Gekomon meet a small group of villagers who live a more traditional life. So they live without the Sapotama, and they're kind of, like, enjoying this more, like, traditional, more or less technologically free life, but they are being threatened to move out to make way for this like huge resort and casino. All the surrounding like areas have already been like demolished and the villages have been kicked out and all the residents are gone, but they're still they're still holding strong, but they're kind of being threatened. But they are protected by Pandamon / Katakuri, It is the same voice actor as Katakuri, by the way.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure. I did look it up quickly, and I'm pretty sure it was Katakuri, but yeah.
Oh man, that explains. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, this mother lover cool as hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, the voice sounded familiar, but I didn't know where it was from.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, Katakuri. It also has like feels like Katakuri because like scarf, big, bonds with character.
Like, the little kids at the village.
Yeah.
And then of course you've got the stretchy guy that eats too much. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's just like it's
just One Piece.
It's just, and then they go to the mirror world.
Well, ellipses, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, it is
first real good hook for an episode ender as well.
Oh, absolutely! Like I was like, no, you can't end there. But anyway, so the Pandamon / Katakuri is feeding on the leader's e-pulse, like some kind of like digital vampire, I guess. Kenkimon.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenkimon,
I don't know where his owner is.
Yeah, Kenkimon shows up, and by the way, Kenkimon is Armadillomon with the Digi of Friendship, which is interesting to note. I just like when...
I'm so glad you answered that before I asked, because I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, it's one of those Digimon that have been around since like the 02 era, but haven't really been in much. It was in like the card game. I think that the card game also said that the original card game, of course, that Kenkimon is also the armor form of Gabumon with the Digi of Friendship. Just going off my brain there. But yeah, it's another armored Digimon. I love when those show up because they're just like... We still haven't seen Rinkmon, which is my favourite because that's Hawkmon with the Digi of Friendship. But in any case, so Kenkimon shows up to basically scare the villagers out. But Katakuri pushes them to the mirror world. And they kind of do battle for a bit. Gekomon is able to defeat Kenkimon because Pandamon's kind of weakened. And then Astamon shows up and Katakuri sacrifices himself for his new brother, which is Gekomon. And we get a cliffhanger. Yay.
Yeah, like Astamon rolls up and just shoots straight from the hip. We see what happens when Digimon gets deleted. And what happens to the Sapatama now? We get an actual visual of that when it occurs in the mirror world, at least.
Yep.
And my god, like just the iron ring reticule on that closer right before the credit roll is just incredible.
Yeah, like
hindsight. That's what I would.
Yeah, I'm pumped. But in terms of discussions and decisions, what were our highlights?
My highlight, and I gotta give this. I was thinking about it through the whole episode this time instead of me just going, all right, I gotta think about it. My highlight, and okay, character of the episode. Right, I'm gonna put them together. It's the Foley artist. For whoever recorded that guy spinning mid-air when he got thrown.
That was so good. I wanted to be the Wilhelm scream. Like, I feel like that would be a really good moment for the Wilhelm scream. Like, ah! But, speaking...
I loved it, because you could hear it actually change through the speakers as well. It goes,
yeah, that was really well done. But also...
I love that. That's
speaking
so
of, like, the sound engineering in this episode, when we have... I'm just going to call it Shaki. When Shaki's, like, cleaning the glass, I did not expect there to be actual sound of the glass being cleaned, because I don't think I've ever heard in an anime the sound of a glass being cleaned, because it's like that kind of noise.
Yeah, like, unless it's, like... to make it an absolute deliberate point. This is literally just background.
Yeah, it's just, and I was like, that's, like, if I wouldn't have, like, said, oh, there was no noise there, it was something that, I wouldn't even notice there not being a sound effect for, but there was, and I was like, I mean, that's right, that would make a sound.
Yeah, no, it is. This sound... design, so many of it aspects that is of this show so far, like even the animation, like we said in the first episode about Toma's tears being caught
in the glasses. There's
been an incredible, actually incredible amount of attention to detail that has remained unbelievably consistent at this stage.
Yeah. Like,
I just, oh god, it's so good. I love seeing Pandemon.
Oh yeah, Pandemon's like my highlight. Like I loved Pandemon. Yeah. I loved all the moments with Pandemon.
Especially when you get Pandemon in Time Stranger and like you can ride him. It's the funniest thing ever because he just like picks you up and then just like goes and just sprints. It's the funniest thing ever. It just looks absolutely ridiculous, and I'm here for that.
Like rugby picks you up.
Yeah, I got the ball. Or like gridiron or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pandemon was just cool because Pandemon, I think, is also a Digimon that like you see him and you're like, yeah, man, that's cool. It's like a Ninja Panda thing. Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
I've never really seen him do much personally, but I'm not as deep into the Digimon media as you are. Obviously, check out your background for more information. Literally just turn around. But yeah, like it was really fun actually seeing Pandemon do something.
Mm.
Yeah, I like it when Digimon do stuff that isn't just static animation, reaction shot, pepper breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it has meaningful battles. Like, you know, Gekomon using his tongue to kind of blind the Kenkimon.
Yeah, I love that so much because I know exactly that is 100% what an adult man would do to his construction robot is sit there and when it's like spinning, you're like, hey man, stop it, knock it out, and then just KOs itself. I was like, you know what, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I expected to happen, and I'm so glad it did.
Yeah, like...
I know some people may consider it a cop-out, but I loved it.
Oh no, I thought it was like, you know, it was fine, but also I was like looking at like how much time was left in the episode, I'm like, they're going to defeat this soon, and then roll credits, and then no, they did not roll credits. They put a cliffhanger in, which, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, seeing Astamon do something as well is pretty cool, because I didn't watch any of the Hunters stuff.
Yeah, I love Astamon. I think it's just a really cool design. I don't know, it's just like, it's just a fairy with a gun. Like, it's a pretty simplistic design.
Yeah.
But I kind
They know what their audience is, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Leomon. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, I literally have, like, a Leomon, like, behind me. Yeah. Like with his, like... He's got huge nipples in that figure. I don't know. It's a cool figure. I like the figure. It's got, like, Jerry in his arm. But,
I mean, he's got a crazy figure, man. Like, imagine having abs like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's like that, It's like my favourite reaction image, which is just a guy, like, with his face pressed into a guy's pecs, and I'm just like, same.
I mean, same, but if it was a woman's chest.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, once again, we went off on a tangent that was not related to BeatBreak. Tangentially related, yeah.
I actually really liked that we have Analog Village. That's what I'm calling it.
Analog Village. Yeah.
Just to keep the naming convention alive. I really like that we because I would imagine, right, much like we have now, you know, just small pockets of communities and that are like, oh no, we don't really like this sort of stuff. We don't really do that. You know, and I'm not talking like Amish and things like that. Like I'm talking like there are just some people that are like, oh no, we just don't like this weird invasion of technology stuff, so we're just not going to have it. I know they exist because I also know that there was a gang from. I'm not sure if they're still bouncing around, but there was this gang in Germany that was running around forcing people to create social media so that they had an online presence. It was very ass backwards. But, like, you know, to have that last holdout of tradition and family, I thought was really nice. I think if this episode had come before family, I think I'd be enjoying it a lot. I would have enjoyed the previous episode more.
Yeah.
Because now we're actually getting that softening of Toma, the connecting with other people. Like, oh, there are other people out there that don't like the AIs and the Sapotamas that are just connected.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I don't think anything happened in this episode that would have only happened because of the last episode. Like, this...
Yeah.
it could have very much fit in as episode 4 with family being episode 5, because that was...
Or potentially 6 because of the cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah. Good point. But the sort of Tomura being, feeling like he belongs somewhere because the village doesn't really rely on technology and don't have Sapotama, because a lot of his upbringing is just like him just breaking everything because of his ability to just break the Sapotama, because everything's connected to that.
From X-Men 92.
Yeah, so it was really nice to see him kind of belong somewhere, and that look of acceptance, like when they say, oh, we don't really have those around here, those whatever Tamas and the C-pulse or D-pulse or whatever, E-pulse or whatever it's called, that they were sort of
A, B, C, D, E-pulse.
Yeah, that was really funny, but that made me feel happy for him, because he's not felt like he belonged his entire life because of this. I don't know what the best way to describe, his illness, his superpower, he's
Yeah, I guess you just have it be, character malfunction.
Yeah.
Kind of. But, that, I know that's fairly negative in the way that it would sound, but it is just sort of his E-pulse is kind of on the fritz.
Yeah.
That malfunction's kind of correct, but we don't know enough of that yet. I'm glad that they're keeping that sort of hidden. Sorry.
Yeah, and I still think that the analog man, as we've called him, Yoshimaru, I'm pretty I feel like it'd be cute if he has the same sort of thing, and that's why we haven't really seen him around that much technology.
Well, speaking of Yoshi, talking about Shaki apparently being older back then, ? Maybe some allusion to plastic surgery or some reverse aging technology. Bit sus.
Yeah, but also
the Shadow Man figure from the Mafia as well, which looked very, very similar to Government Eggman that we had in those earlier episodes as well. So.
And also from the opening, because I was paying a little bit more attention to the opening and seeing I really want to see what's going on. What's going on there, and we have the guy in the egg chair, who is very clearly evil.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
The giant egg was still there.
Yeah, being very evil, very, very again. Please
looming.
Please read The Ones Who Walk Away from Omelas, because I feel like something like that might be happening, something incredibly disturbing is disturbing is happening behind the scenes. I don't know.
Well, we got introduced to the Mafia pretty quickly. I thought we were maybe going to be strung along a little bit more.
Well, I think this might be these are the very low ranking, the sort of maybe. Soldiers.
I'm also what is it? Oh no, don't have my idea. I took my ADHD meds and I'm having caffeine. I should be able to have all my ideas stay in my head. What's happening? No!
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, that's it. Okay, we got it. We got back there, boys.
Proud of you.
Lock in. Maybe next episode we get a Gekomon evolution.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I guess it's a fight. Gekomon is seeing his his new brother, as in Katakuri / Pandamon. But yeah, I can feel an evolution might be happening next episode. Maybe.
I was actually waiting the whole episode for Toma to just run over and smack his hand into Pandamon's face and be like, "Drink up, me hearty, yo-ho."
Yeah, I was waiting for that too, because he's...
Prediction for next episode.
Yeah, Pandamon gets a power up, because he becomes an energy they're all vampires. That's my main takeaway from this episode. Is I guess Digimon are just vampires.
In this one, yes.
Yeah.
They've made a literal symbiotic connection between them and their partner.
Yeah.
As we touched on in the other episodes, that they're removing the ambiguity or the symbolism behind it and making it quite literal.
Yeah.
Which is still, we sort of also saw that with the High-Emon, the way that they worked through that. but I really want to see that be reflected in more Digimon content. Like, I really want there to be that sort of we can feast on living things and their bioelectricity kind of thing. I think that is such a really cool development that also, like, can really push Digimon into a nice little horror direction.
Oh, yeah.
When it needs to. Like, this makes Postmon hella scarier.
Oh, yeah.
Like, being kind of like Dracula and stuff like that. Like, just going, I'm absorbing Digimon life force. Like, whatever that is. But it's just like, no. When I do this, you're all going to be frozen corpses on the ground. Like, that's metal as all get out. You know
I mean, what was it in the 1999 Digimon Adventure? Postmon was feeding on humans, and they were just, like, coming down with anemia, and, like, just, like, that they're being discovered, like, past... I mean, I know that the dub said anemia. I think maybe in the Japanese version they were just straight up dead. I can't remember. But, like, he was actually feasting on human women, like, being all, like, you know, Dracula and all that. But... Yeah, so, I mean, it's something we have seen before.
Imagine having them be, like, frozen corpses kind of thing as well. Like,
and giving them the plot sickness.
Yeah, like, that is... That adds so much depth and variety.
Did you watch Ghost Game?
Sorry?
Did you watch Ghost Game?
No, I still haven't.
Because there was a lot of that.
I actually have a lot of the Digimon shows on my watch list because of our continuous conversation.
That is fair. But the good thing about Ghost Game is that 95% of it is just Monster of the Week and episodic. And every so often, like, they would try to do, like, a little bit of plot every, like, you know, 10 or so episodes. But it was actually better when it was just episodic Monster of the Week. There is an episode where a guy's fiancé dies in a workplace accident sort of thing. Like, there's a big explosion and she dies. And so he does what every normal person would do and carries around her corpse and acts like she's still alive.
He weekends at Bernie's her?
Yeah, he weekends at Bernie's her, but, like, he carries her around, like, the apartment, like, puts her on, like, the couch to watch TV, like, acts like she's still alive, and it's very, very creepy.
It's giving Wuthering Heights. If you've ever
also, Millennium Mon's in that episode.
Okay, I'm watching that episode.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's one of, like, it's like it doesn't like it doesn't have anything to do with the plot in the episode. I'm fairly certain it's just a really good, like, standalone, like, really creepy, disturbing horror. But anyway, BeatBreak. You were saying?
Was I?
I don't know.
We're being attacked by the tangents.
We're being attacked by... This is just it's the ADHD cast.
Yeah, you have to call this one Tangent Wars.
Yeah.
You just find all of the side quests in this one. Wyatt would be so proud.
Yeah.
So it's just another one of our mates in the Digimon community.
Who always does the side quests. But yeah, please, let's talk about BeatBreak. Yeah. Something else I like, Pandamon asking Gekomon to be siblings. That was a really cute scene.
That was so fucking cute, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh. And then he's like, oh, it means that we share half. And then Gekomon's like, half food? No.
And then he realizes that means that he also gets Pandamon's half food. And he's like, oh, I see.
Math. Like, I think that if you want to explain what boy math is to someone...
boy maths, yeah.
That's what boy math is. That's the perfect thing.
It is. That is boy maths. Like, wait, I get half of food as well.
But you have more food, but if I get half your half, that's more than my half. Oh, that's math. Trade.
Yeah. I love the boy maths that Gekomon just, like, the logic is just like, yep, that is some boy maths. But yeah,
it's great. I mean, it reminded me of this quote in Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Like, I know. Hold on, you stay with me on this one.
I'm with you.
They have like a wedding DLC thing in that one.
Yeah.
For like the llamas, and it was just
aren't
like,
they alpacas?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You can go and, like, read, like, in their house, there's, like, a wedding photo that they have, and there's a note attached to it. And it's just, like, our sorrows are halved, our happiness is doubled, like, stuff like that.
Aww.
And then it was just, like, and our expenses quadrupled. It was just very... it was just very, very funny. Very like haiku Japanese kind of humor stuff, obviously. And the whole scene just reminded me of that. It's like, no. When we share, it's like I can share my burdens with you, and I can share my happiness with you. And what is hard and difficult, it becomes easier to handle with you. And those highs feel so much better because I have someone I can share it with. And it was really fun seeing Pandamon struggle to explain that concept to the 1 IQ Gekomon sitting there still thinking of meat cutlets.
Yeah. But like, him crying over like the dropped meat cutlet was like, it was so cute. Like,
I have never connected more deeply to a character in anime than in that moment.
I feel the exact same. If I drop a bit of food, I'm just like, no. I also want to break down and cry.
Yeah, me and my partner were watching, sorry, that's just the computer, don't worry about it. Me and my partner were watching a horror movie ages ago. I don't even remember which one. It may have been when we were watching like all 14 Hellraisers or something. I don't recommend you do that.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing that, yeah.
It's boring in that kind of way. Anyway, there was like this scene where like someone walks in with like a plate of food and then something happens and they drop the food and me and the missus just go, no, not the food. Like, we were so like, I don't care that people are being murdered and it's all...
Yeah, not even like the body horror. Like, that's not upsetting. The waste of food, like, oh no. That is tragic.
Oh, yeah, she's Greek Italian. You can't waste food around her.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But yeah.
Like, there was... I mean, look, the long and short of it is, everything in this episode was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
We're getting some teasing answers to our questions from the previous episodes, which I always go back and watch, just to make sure that I remember how stupid I was in the past.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little mystery time capsule, whatever it is. But like, just sort of keeping track of what we're saying and what's leading into the new stuff. This was just a really nice, warm episode.
It really was. Like, I mean, yeah, like, I'm worried about the future of Pandamon. I really hope that, like, Tomoro gives him some e-pulse to eat and, like, he makes a full recovery. But I'm, like, I feel like this series does have the potential to just start killing characters.
Yes. Well, technically, we've just watched it on screen there, too.
Oh, yeah, the baby, yeah.
Yeah. I actually think for the Pandamon story, we've gone straight into predictions. We're skipping the lowlights, we're going straight into predictions because this is just how I'm working, because this is Tangent Wars.
Yeah.
Basically, what I believe is going to happen is Toma's going to feed Pandamon. Pandamon's going to be like, oh, yo, that's great deep pulse. I don't see him getting like a Digivolution per se, but definitely like a power-up moment, like kind of like what Gekomon's done.
Yeah, which is what we've been saying.
Gekomon doesn't get a Digivolution. But when Pandamon returns to the village and they found out that like he can sort of snack on Toma, I actually think everyone in that community will then be like, hey, it's okay, Pandamon, we rely on you, like we love you, we adore you. You can share of all of our connected, like, communal e-pulse.
Yeah.
Just for their story. That's if we're going for the happy ending arc.
I really hope we do that, because that sounds like, that's a feel-good ending.
Yeah, right? Like, the bad arc would be, like, maybe when he feeds on Toma's energy, he feels really, really good, does a bunch of stuff, Astamon gets desperate, attempts to kill Gekomon, and then he, like, dark digivolves, quote-unquote, into Warumon Zaemon, and now Kyo and friends have to come find Toma because they're also like, hey, where has this guy been? Mind you, he's had a party with a whole bunch of old people, and they've all gotten drunk and, like, started passing out, and everybody else is still at the pub. You know what I mean? Like, Toma's had a whole side adventure, which is the theme of our episode today as well. Not staying on topic.
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, then he goes into Warumon Zaemon, takes out Astamon, loses a bit of control, and everybody has to knock some sense into Pandamon, who then de-digivolves, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, my sibling, and then Gekomon's like, big friend, give meat cutlet.
Yeah, Gekumon's just like, I don't care about anything other than food, which is like the same.
Mood.
He's very food motivated.
It's about dinner time when we're recording this, but oh my god, mood.
Yeah. But do we even have any lowlights? Because I can't think of anything that I didn't like about this episode. It felt like it felt like a good sort of
big cutlet falling, but
oh yeah, the try like, and Pandemon like getting shot at.
That's like a narrative hook. As far as I'm concerned, like that's a highlight.
Oh yeah, it's like it's one of those things like it made me like, oh no, Pandemon, no! Like it made me feel something. So it's not actually a low light. I was just saying, oh Pandemon. But the meat cutlet made me sad too.
Good episode. Like, I don't have. There's no notes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I can't think of anything that like I didn't like. It felt like a nice. Again, we got more like kind of world building crumbs. Like, not everybody is reliant on this technology in this world. There are people who just sort of live isolated from that and are kind of just enjoying life. Like, they are very happy to not be with the egg that is the all-seeing egg. They're just hanging out. Like, that's nice, and it's sort of, it sets more of a more details about the world, and I'm kind of enjoying learning about like the world and how everyone's sort of reacting to it. My brain's like mush at the moment. It is so warm, but I'm sure like that there is like there's a thought somewhere in what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I think if anything, if we were to be hyper cynical, hypercritical, it would be that Gekomon is basically just Luffy at this point. Like, I know we sort of jest about it all having like all the One Piece voice actors and just like being kind of like One Piece.
Yeah.
I think maybe this is this is not my low light. I'm just saying, like, if I was to put on my thinking hat and try to find something to nitpick, then I'm digging. I'm really digging. That would probably be a potential that I could see other people just sort of being like, why watch this when I could just watch One Piece? Like, yeah,
also the fact that we've had like the hungry main character.
Like food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm looking forward to maybe more depth coming for Gekomon.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be honestly a little bit surprised if we got like any huge amount of depth from him, but I kind of hope that we do, because you're right, it is kind of like Luffy, but in Digimon we have also had, like, in Digimon Data Squad, Agumon was just a food-motivated dog, and we've had that with Gilmon, so we have had that no thoughts, head empty, food-motivated lizard. Like, we've had that before.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining about it. Like, I think Gekomon's a delight. I love his boy maths that only relates to how much food that he can have, and otherwise he has no other thoughts going on in here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had to pretend that I hated something about it, that's probably about the closest I could get to a complaint. And I'm not even complaining about that. I think it's fine.
Oh yeah, me too. I don't have an issue with it. And I think it's kind of adorable, and like, I don't know, Gekomon's like, the way that his face was kind of animated when he was having like different emotions, like about the meat cutlet being dropped, and then later when Pandemon asks him if he wants to be brothers, he has kind of like, a squished up face when he's thinking and he's doing his boy maths. Like, I felt like that was even, it was really well animated that we got those expressions, and we got him to kind of show that he does have some moods and some like reactions to things. But again, we're just talking about highlights again. We're just jumping back to highlights.
Yeah, no, that's because there are no lowlights.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell how much love went into this episode because of those expressions on Gekomon, because of all those moments. Like, even with Toma having that moment of silent recognition and
the acceptance
camaraderie with the old people, like in his eyes, right? Like, there's subtle movements that happen in the animation, which I know is a quirk of the genre, but when it's done here, the director is very clearly making very conscious decisions to convey a lot of that emotional depth without Tomer having to have a monologue.
Yeah, without him having to say, I'm finally accepted somewhere. But because his face said that, the silent look of, almost peace, because he found somewhere that doesn't rely on technology, so he doesn't have to worry about blowing other people's tech up, because there's no tech for him to blow up. So it's somewhere where he belongs, he feels at home here, and, everyone's kind of nice and happy to live without the tech. So, that look was so meaningful. And it didn't need him to say, I finally feel accepted. Because of that, the way that they put that across just with his facial expression, I felt was pretty well done. So, since we don't have any lowlights, favourite character, I'm going to surprise no one and say Pandamon / Katakuri.
Damn it. Look, I mean, technically, we didn't really get a look at too many other characters, because this was really just more of an exploration of Geckomon's evolution as a character rather than as evolving, digivolving, and building out Geckomon. So obviously we always choose Geckomon. We're skipping past that bit. It was going for our second favorite. I would have chosen Pandamon as well, but I think, because I really liked him, I thought he was really, really cool. I think I'm actually going to go for the Oji-san, the old guy that lets Pandamon feed on him, because I come from a rural background, so out in the sticks of Australia, and you always get that one guy in the town that's just got everybody's back. You know what I'm saying?
What was his name? Was his name
I
just
don't know.
Boss?
It just felt nice having that guy, especially portrayed in media now, where he's not actively aggressive, walking around some pseudo gangster or anything like that. He's just
he's just a nice bloke.
Yeah, we just want to vibe. Don't harsh the vibe. Have a meat skewer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he just wants to get drunk and jump on the table and have a bit of a dance and clap along. He's having a good time.
Who doesn't want to just do their best Coyote Ugly impression? Am I right?
Yeah. No, I absolutely know what you mean. That was, and just the moments that we saw between both him and Pandamon in flashbacks, and the moments that we had between him and Tomoro, just were kind of nice. Again, he's that acceptance of Tomoro and him finding somewhere where he feels like he belongs. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I hope they show up more in the future for more of the crossroad moments for Tomoro, and they can provide some measure of guidance.
Yeah.
Because this to me, this is an episode that has Ma, right? And Ma, M-A, is used a lot by Studio Ghibli, right? It's those moments in between the action. It's the moments in between the story. It's just letting people be people.
Yeah.
And having that be its own sort of... let it have its own space and its own breathing room. And you see this a lot in Studio Ghibli films, obviously. There's a beautiful moment in Ponyo, right? There's absolutely no plot happening. They're just making ramen with ham.
Yeah.
All conventional storytelling practice will tell you to just cut it, because it's what does it serve? It doesn't serve the greater narrative, doesn't do anything like that. But in a lot of Japanese storytelling, you have Ma, where it is just people being people, just doing stuff. They had a bar, and they were hanging out, they were making jokes, right? They were eating, they were drinking, they were dancing.
They were being human.
Nothing about any of that has a damn thing to do with the plot, really. It's just people. And that's why I think this episode is just so nice, because it just has this moment of humanity and connection, which I guess everything else just kind of either felt forced or was just too fast to really just take it in. That this is a beautiful slowdown episode.
Yeah, and especially because it did have those soft sort of human moments, but then it also had that cliffhanger where we're getting into the plot. We're getting into we're meeting some bad guys who are part of this organization with the Makmon from the previous episode. So we're getting more into that sort of plot aspect and learning things about, like, hey, what these bad guys? They're probably not the bad guys. They're probably just, like, some low-level goons, but they are definitely some bad guys. They're not just Mons of the Week.
It's like the middleman of the mafia management team with Astamon.
Yeah. He's got a gun.
That's so funny. Yeah, because you got the crime boss there, like the big Don with Beelzemon, or Beelzemon.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yeah, like, obviously, because the pendulum swings, right? So the nicer, the softer, the more gentle something is, the harder it swings back in the other direction. So that's obviously where we get this soft, warm, nice stuff in the village to then the just Tommy gun massacre wannabe that happened there at the cliffhanger end, which is what that gulf of difference is what creates that, like, moment where it's like, I want next episode next week, tomorrow, please. Already.
Yeah, please, like ASAP. Just give it to me. So obviously we're both pretty positive about this episode. What would you give it out of 5?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah.
So for me, just for the way that, like, my brain considers the rating system, right? Like, 3 is your average episode where you just sort of have genre convention stuff. 4 is like, hey, I really liked it. It was good. 5 is like cinematic masterpiece. This is definitely a 4 because, you know, it did have some nice connecting pieces. It did have some nice stuff. But I think just the breath of air that you get to have in this episode when you've had everything else, you know, just purely going into episode 5, just being like, what's next? Are we going to get, like, another breakneck, fast-paced episode? Get something nice and chill. 4, this was definitely not you eat your vegetables. This was definitely not boring in any moment.
No.
For me, at least. It was just a 4. It was just really solid, really good, really enjoyable.
Yeah, I also wrote down a 4. I really liked it. Again, like, you know, it's not a masterpiece by any means, but again, we don't have any lowlights about it. We, you know, just enjoyed how the episode flowed, and then hopefully...
Yeah, you're right. 4.2.
4.2?
4.2.
Okay. Then I will also, in camaraderie, I will also give it a 4.2. There we are, I've changed it from a 4 to a 4.2 for both of us. So yeah, it was just a good episode. It was nice. It had that sort of, that sweetness of Tomoro feeling like he is home, like, basically. He feels like at home with these people, with this area. And we have a cute moment between Pandamon and Gekomon. It has a lot. And hopefully the next episode is, like, a good payoff for the cliffhanger. Like,
oh, it's gonna be.
I can't see next episode being, like, anything other than just, like, a pretty fight-heavy episode compared to what we've seen, where it's been, like, you know, a lot of character moments and then, like, a little bit of fight mixed in with that. I can see, like, you know, it being a combat-focused episode. Maybe the rest of the Glowing Dawn show up and, you know, maybe they get beaten, maybe they have to evolve more, maybe Kyo shows up and, you know...
Yeah, I would hate it if Rainer and friends showed up and then just sort of ganged up on Astamon and called it a day.
Yeah.
That to me would be just a wet fart of an episode. If they were to do that and then Astamon's like, oh, finally a challenge, and then sort of, like, busts out some super move that immediately incapacitates everybody that isn't Kyo's Digimon, and then Toma has to then give Pandamon some E-Pulse so that Kyo and Pandamon can, like, fight. And Gekumon's like, well, I'm not staying out of this. And he just keeps being, like, kicked in the head or something.
Yeah. One
shot by Astamon, and then, like, yeah, it's not good enough, and then, like, something else has to happen. Like, there needs to be more tension than the A-team rock some problem solved.
I mean, I have faith in the show that it's not just going to be like, and then their friends show up and they won. Like, I hope that there's, like, a struggle. I hope there's, like, having the tactics and the strategy behind it, like we've seen. Like, I do have hope for the way that the rest of this season has been so far, but again, it could just be like the curse of, hey, first few episodes really good, gets you in, and then it could plummet. I hope it doesn't, though. I hope it continues at this level of quality, because I'm really enjoying it so far.
I mean, there seems to be too much love in there for it to just sort of collapse.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look, this is just the nature of being a Digimon fan, unfortunately. Like, we have realistically just been burned by the ball being dropped one too many times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's just sort of like, yep, cool. If it fails, it fails. I'll have fun when I can have fun.
Yeah. But I'm at this moment, I feel like it could dethrone Atmon as my favourite series, but it would have to, like, stay at this level of quality for the rest of the season.
I mean, oof. It's doing pretty damn good. If we get, if you get 15, 20 episodes in, do you reckon that's enough for you to be like, yeah, nah, this is it the whole season? Like, what's your cutoff point? Do you know what I mean?
I know, I usually say, like, you can start to judge a series of Digimon after about 10 episodes, because for the most part, the first 10 episodes give you a good taste of how the rest of the series will go, and it gives you sort of an idea about how well it will be, and I've found that's a good point for a lot of the previous seasons of Digimon. I do kind of like form an opinion that doesn't really change after the first 10 episodes. Like, I really liked Ghost Game. I thought that maybe at the 10 episode mark, I was kind of like, oh, this could be the best, but it ended up being like more like 3rd or 4th place in all of my rankings. But overall, I feel like 10 episodes in, I'm just like, you know, I get a good grasp of it. So, yeah, I guess maybe another, like, 10 episodes or so from here, I'll be more, like, confident, but it can also just go downhill at, like, episode 30. Like, I don't want to give it too much hope, just in case.
No, like, I get it, because, like, you know, maybe not so much Digimon related, but the original Hellsing anime that came out, like, they lost the rights like halfway through it, and then they just had like a weird non-ending ending.
Yeah, where it was like, is he Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, and then they actually went back and did it proper.
Yeah, Ultimate.
And that was incredible. So,
well, to be fair, like, the manga, the original manga hadn't finished at the time of the original Hellsing anime.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, because it was only like, that's why the first like 2 episodes are the same, because that's all that was out in the manga at the time, and that's why Hellsing Ultimate took so long, is because the manga was still ongoing.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, in case you had the same wonder that I had all those years ago.
Oh, I know, I was big into Hellsing. Like, my first cosplay that I ever did was Sarah's from Hellsing, because, like, of course it was.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, like, I loved Hellsing. Like, I was really, really into it in high school, I think it was, when I got into it, like, early high school, and then Ultimate was kind of coming out as I was, like, going through high school. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's solid anime. Like, I don't think you can even watch Hellsing Ultimate anyway. I don't think it's even on Crunchyroll.
No, you only just watch a Team 4 Star abridged, you're fine.
Oh, fair.
But no, forever and always, the Tangent Wars.
Yeah, the Tangent Wars. Like, oh my gosh, I was like, can we make this quick one? Nope, apparently we cannot. We've been recording for 50 minutes.
I'm sorry. We should definitely get to Postmon Pat.
Okay, but before we do, ranking, I have this in, like, 3rd place, so it's in, the middle, just going by my rating out of 5. So, just under episode 1, I guess.
Yeah, that track. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
I think the episode order could have been switched with the whole Raina bits, and then I wouldn't have, like, hated the forced family argument.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had this before, man, I'd be like, you know what? Toma has been opening up and connecting with more people. This is good. But, I mean, you know, not worrying about the whole connected plot with the whole Macmon thing with, you know, whatever. I do think that this probably should have been first.
Yes, I see what you mean. On to Pondering, Postmon pattern predictions. Postmon pat, so I'm just going to read through them as they kind of appear. So we had someone from the episode 3 coverage, because we released 2 episodes this past week. It's from Multipolar Future, and they're wondering if Gulus Gekomon is going to occur like Gamamon did. So Gamamon and Gulus Gamamon were from Ghost Game. That will be another major plot twist to come, but it would feel fairly unoriginal if it's just the same plot as Ghost Game. And like, I would agree. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm kind of hoping that if it's a Dark Evolution, it is something that feels unique. It's not just the usual, like, either slap on the wrist, never happens again, or it does happen a few times but doesn't mean anything. Like, I hope that it's not just like the one that Gamamon and Gulus Gamamon have being like 2 sides of the same coin, like kind of like 2 separate personalities. I guess you haven't seen Ghost Game, so...
I haven't, but like, Digimon has been fairly creative with their Digivolutions. Like, you have a cat that turns into a woman. There's also the McQueenamon from the Liberator comics that has...
Yeah, the fairy mode and the machine mode.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to see anything that we've seen before. I would adore the gecko, which is not really a gecko, it's more of a chameleon visual motif to be continued through its forms. I think that would be really, really cool. I don't know what form that's going to take, but I want to be surprised.
Yeah. Next one is from episode 4's coverage. In the comments, we've got Dash Reinvent saying Tomoro being evil doesn't help him get his brother back. And he's wondering about the company, about what they're hiding about it. They're hiding the Sabutamas can glitch, and that's why it's delete or return. So they hide all the evidence. That's maybe, I mean, I think we're going to probably learn more about like the ministry and the other organizations soon. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then we have...
It's doing probably like 3-4 episodes is my guess. I'm guessing that bubble, because we're gonna wrap up whatever's happening with this gang henchman dude.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that it's more like given to us in crumbs and we don't get an episode that's just info dump. Like, I hope that it's a little bit more meaningful than just a massive rant of info, because I feel like that wouldn't be as interesting as if they just sort of gave us like crumbs here and there and you kind of piece it together. Next one, the Kuma X Kuma says that they've got, maybe there's some band dynamics at play. Tomoro's clearly a drummer, Gekomon the drum, and has to learn to play with everyone's rhythm, not just his. Reina is more the lead singer, with Wolvermon being the guitar. Makoto is more the synth keyboard player, and you've got this dissonance when everyone goes by themselves to try and set the beat. So, yeah, that's an interesting way. I don't know why, but I was thinking the entire time...
The speaker.
Pardon?
Chipromon's the speaker.
Yeah, with the paralyzed echo.
Exactly. I like that idea. I think that's a really cool idea because that makes Kyo the bassist, which is true because the bassist is always the hottest in the group.
Yeah. But also the drummer is usually like the one that doesn't wear a shirt. Like, that's all I know about bands, is the drummers don't wear shirts because they get hot. I don't know.
It depends on what kind of music you're listening to. If you're into metal and stuff like that, then yes, because there's a lot that goes into it, you will overheat. I think if you're just sort of like hanging out, doing whatever kind of drumming, you might get a bit warm, but you still keep a shirt on kind of thing.
I mean, my frame of reference is Blink-182 and Travis Barker's,
Yeah, okay,
insane.
Well. Check your biases at the front door on that one, Kobias.
Hey, my tastes in music have not changed, my entire life. I still listen to, the Whitlams and Blink-182 and Hilltop Hoods. My taste in music is not changing.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah. Next we have Drifting Cloudymon. Now, I think they mean they say when Guy, but I'm pretty sure that might be a typo to Guz. When Guz say he doesn't want any fusion, does Biomerge counts? Because since Gekomon can just swallow Tomoro into himself, makes me wonder if there'll be a bigger part that's kind of like biomerging, so from Tamers. So what do you think?
Oh, I mean, we can't rule it out, if we're being honest, because we have seen biomergy stuff occur over multiple incarnations of Digimon. In minor forms, like Ty and Matt into the Omnimon stuff. Like we've seen a lot of that.
Yep.
And obviously the biomerge from Tamers as well. Yeah. I think it was. I couldn't rule. I don't think we can rule it out, but like I think that might have been a once-off thing. Because like there's been a lot of weird things that Digimon can just sometimes just do, and then it's just done and then never addressed again. Biomerging, I think, would be kind of fun, but I don't think that this is the direction that the show's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like Wolvermon and Kyo's sword lion, I've forgotten his name. It's like Murasaramon or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like they don't appear to be doing that kind of mechanic. No one else appears to be doing that kind of mechanic. So I'm just talking about it like it's a card game. So I'm a fool. They just seem to be digivolving normally. So maybe that's how you get to Mega. Don't know. But at this stage, yeah, maybe the jury's still out on Biomerge. But I feel that it's moving in a different direction.
Yeah. Next, we have a really long one, so I won't read the whole thing, but thank you for your very long message, Gold Star Supreme, and yes, I'm happy to be back at it as well with the podcast, so I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and you've been listening since, like, the Sabres and Ghost Game era, so, like, welcome back. So basically they said that they haven't really been enjoying BeatBreak for a very big reason, but this episode did go a long way to fix their major problem with it. So it hasn't really been treating Tomoro like someone who's allowed their own agency. And basically they go on to say that he's very clearly traumatized from having, like, you know, all these issues with him not being able to touch technology, basically, and he has, like, a lot of issues relating that, and I completely agree. I feel like the show isn't that understanding in terms of Tomoro is being kind of a jerk in a few points, but I feel like he does have a good reason for it. And again, I hope that, I guess with episode 5, I hope that makes you enjoy BeatBreak more, because Tomoro finally feels at home, and I've said this a billion times this episode, but here's a billion and one. He feels like he belongs somewhere because they don't have the technology. So I absolutely agree with you that he hasn't been getting such a good treatment from the previous episodes, because he's got kind of his own issues that presumably he will work through, but yeah, it was just nice to see him feel at home somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, further to that, like, I did sort of point out that I think that with the Raina episode that he should have lashed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I have my own family. I think that, like, probably should have put up a stronger resistance to attempting to leave.
Yeah.
I hope that some measure of that gets explained, or there's like a break moment that actually occurs with Toma where he just starts going, look, da 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 da, and just blasts it all out.
Yeah.
But I do also want to say on that, this was the first time the egg did not actually need like 3 wavelengths to sync.
Yeah.
When they used their powers. It went off immediately. This is the first time we're seeing Gecko and Toma like on the same page as well. So like this is speaking to a little bit of the maturity that's occurring for those characters. So hopefully we get a more mature Toma being able to sit down and address these concerns with his team, because a lot has happened to him and it only feels like a couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. Next we have Lazy Croconaw, who of course is the One Piece bingo player. Points out that Muckmon is Mr. 3 from One Piece.
He's who?
Mr. 3.
Oh my, he's the candle guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm loving the One Piece bingo that is like, I know previous.
You to make a graphic, bro. I need you to make a graphic.
You are giving me too much like faith, but no, I know that there were voice actors from One Piece in like previous seasons of Digimon, but when Ghost Game was coming out, I hadn't watched One Piece yet. But now that I have, like, I'm kind of like, there's One Piece everywhere. The One Piece was the voice acting contract we found along the way. Anyway, so Lazy Crocodile says that they don't have much to say about episode 4, but they hope that Raina gets more episodes and she gets enough love from the writers to be a well-rounded character. Absolutely agree. I hope it's more than just like, hey, this is Tomboy. That's a character. Like, I hope we get like more of, like, we get some Raina-focused episodes where we learn about how her mind works and how she reacts to things.
Rather than this is team leader Raina for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Then we have...
Too surface level.
Yeah. We have Hesketh saying that they get not wanting to have Mon of the Week anime, but sometimes it's not. It's realistically that we'll have, like, you know, it's not realistic that we'll have 0 of those episodes. Of course, there'll be plenty of Digimon that show up in one episode only, regardless of overall format. But they said that they hope Beelzemon never shows up because that'd be boring, so get wrecked, Geo, I guess.
Yeah, take that, Geo. Get out of here.
Yeah. Then back on to episode 3, we have Banta Archer, and it said, hi, Guz, and you already responded to this on the YouTube comment, I can see.
Because I felt that I probably should, so I decided to jump into the comments and respond to people directly.
So yeah, if
we didn't get to do Postman Pat for episode 3, so...
Yeah. But so Banta Archer says they're willing to bet that the digital world might play a part of the story, but not be a change of location for the story. But that's them wanting something different. But yeah, I totally agree. Like, I'm enjoying, like, the use of the mirror world.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have so many for... I want to wrap up. Why we have more for episode 3? We have Mindo was here. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm sorry if that's wrong. Personal lowlight is how no one explained to Tomoro that Hitomi might be dead, which also feeds into their second lowlight, which it already feels like she was fridged just to make Tomoro a sad boy and demonstrate bringing someone back. Yeah, I kind of get that too. Like, as I said, she got the plot sickness. She's like, you know, she's a victim of the being a plot device, basically, and that's kind of what she was.
I think I responded to that comment as well. I think it would be really cool to see Hitomi come back, like, later on, and, like, pull Fromer up and just sort of be like, hey, so you pulled me out of that weird, wacky plot sickness moment that I had. You didn't even want to say, like, hey, or sorry for even putting me in that position in the first place. Like, what the heck, man? And then, like, they just sort of have a moment together, and, like, maybe, like, one of these sort of gentler, softer episodes where it's about Toma's maturation, and maybe because he scrambled her egg, she has her own Digimon now as well, and like she goes to him for a bit of advice about it all. You know what I mean? Like it could actually be a really cool thing to like look back into, but we'll see what they want to do.
Yeah. Next we have Heska32 saying that they doubt that they're going to the digital world at all. But the Sapatama seems quite central to the plot, that they may not even need to go to the digital world, and there's a lot of history to be explored in the human world in particular. But yeah, I mean, maybe there's not a digital world that's relevant in this. I can see maybe we get like a kind of a views, kind of like how much we got about the digital world in Cyber Sleuth, how we got like a tiny snippet of it, but most of the time we were in Eden, like just the online world only. So maybe it's more like that. I mean, so far it has felt a lot like Cyber Sleuth in the way that the plot sickness is basically the same as the plot sickness from Cyber Sleuth in a way, when you're just kind of like in a coma. Yeah, so that could be fine. Next we have a really, really nice comment that I immediately sent to Guz when we got it, well, Guz and Geo, and it was from Wan Lingnick. I'm really sorry. I probably botched that really badly. I'm so sorry. They said that they're really enjoying the coverage of Digimon BeatBreak so far. The three of us have a genuine enthusiasm for all things Digimon, and the comments are fun to listen to. Our experience with previous Digimon stories also really helps. And so when they hear the three of us being excited for something, they know it's going to be worth checking out. And yeah, that was a really nice comment to read, so thank you for leaving that.
That is adorable. I'm not in charge of the channel, so I can't give you a heart react, but please know that I am heart reacting to that comment.
Yeah, very much so. And then lastly, we have another comment that I really like, just because we have Lazy Croconaw pointing out about how there's not usually that many heteronormative partners in Digimon. And something I forgot to mention when we were on that is there was a canon ship that did exist in a previous season of Digimon, and it is Minervamon, which is the older one, I believe. The one that's not the small child, the one that's like the big lady, and Beelzemon in Cross Wars. That was a really cute romance. I really liked that one.
Yeah, because Minerva goes into Mervamon.
Okay, Mervamon, the older one.
She's got the snake hair.
Yes, snake hand woman. But yeah, so I really like how we have really wasn't interested in the boys and never tried to hook up with anyone, and then in Atmon we have Haru just being gay for Eugen and Eri just kind of vibing with the boys. I just like that. But yeah, that's basically what happened in Atmon. We have there was a love interest. There was a girl love interest for the main character, but there was also a boy love interest for the main character. So well done, Atmon.
Choice.
But yeah, that's basically it, because I want to finish off because I'm very warm in here, and I don't trust OBS to not fall over. So we already kind of went over our predictions earlier on. We don't have anything else to say?
I just want to time travel. I just want to be able to see next episode already, because
just get plot sickness and pass out for a week.
ADHD, baby. I want it now. I need my dopamine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So yes, episode 6 is called The Bond of Parent and Child. So that could mean that we have like the boss like giving his energy and then dying, I guess, maybe. I hope not, because that'd be sad, because he was really, really cute. And what have I dropped? Sleeves, great. Don't know where those came from. Just it's no, it's our favourite brand. Like, not sponsored, but it's a Stardust sleeve just appeared out of nowhere. They're really good over sleeves. They're like, so if you want good over sleeves, Stardust by Mamoru. Yeah, not sponsored. They are based in Melbourne, I'm pretty sure, anyway. But yeah, so again, tangent, because it just, again, I have no idea where they fell from. Anyway, so thank you for listening / watching. If you are listening / watching, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, rather. There, it's warm, brain dead. Like, comment, subscribe, and leave a comment saying hi, Guz, get well soon, Geo, etc., etc. You can contact me and stay updated. You can leave me a comment on this episode on YouTube to join the conversation. And for a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, as YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter, head over to my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. There's also a Patreon, so if you appreciate the videos or whatever, you can sign up on Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me hit some milestones. And this is the part that I will inevitably botch and blub through, so thank you to my current supporters on Patreon: Stephen Reeves, who is wonderful on Archive Our Own; Katawashi, Neobu, who says you should follow Chisai on Twitter at Chisai236; Lizmit, who is a Lekmon on Tumblr; Nicholas, Magnus, Lucas, Jason105, Patrick, Jason, Shelby, Digital Hazard, who's on Twitch at TheDigitalHazard; Tropiamon, Vmon Tamer, Kasai, Big Bad, Beetle, Borg, Flavin, Bent Archer, Cappy, Cyber, and Voltic Helbid. Almost went through that without fumbling over words, but what can you do? exhale. You can also make one extra donation on PayPal, which you found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/airdramon. You can also donate to me on my coffee account, ko-fi.com/airdra. And of course, thank you, Guz, for joining me for another week. I noticed that you are setting up your Twitter because I had a wild... My voice just broke.
Oh my god, puberty? Finally.
I had a Guz appear in my Twitter followers, so do you want to shout yourself out?
I finally can, team. You can find me on Twitter at Guz_substitute.
Yeah.
And you'll see me in the comment section again because in case we just end up getting too much feedback, I still wanted the opportunity to at least try to answer some questions and feedback from people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want to jump in there and say, hey.
Yeah. Like, I usually will, like, if I've got time throughout the week, I usually do try to, like, reply to comments that I have, but I've had a busy week, so I haven't been replying on... I have so many unread comments, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But in any case, thank you so much for listening/watching, whatever. Again, reminder, like, comment, subscribe, etc., all that jazz. And, of course, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye!